Hi class, and welcome to week 6 of health policy. So in this video, I'll be going over the materials provided in this module, as well as the assignments that are due for this week. So let's get started. First, you have the learning objectives listed, and this week you have your health policy paper that's due. It's due on Sunday, February 18 by 11:59 p.m. Now, I do want you to take the time to check out the resources found in the assigned course projects content page. So I'm just going to jump there really quick. Again, we have all the due dates here, but I do have the sample health policy paper, which I'm going to quickly go over in this video. And you also have, I included here, the APA sample paper that is by the Purdue Online Writing Lab. You can also see the grading rubric that I follow. Here I know it says HSA 6103. I will be fixing that. But this is the grading rubric I follow when I'm going through your paper, so that way you could keep it in mind. Now, really quick, I'm just going to go to the sample health policy paper, which is right here. As you see, there is a title page. Now, for your paper, you must include title page, table of contents, a reference list with at least 5 sources. I do like your paper to be divided in sections, so that way in your table of contents I can see the different sections and where they're located in your paper. It's really easier for me to maneuver through your paper. All right, so as you can see, here is the title page, table of contents. Again, for the health policy paper, you should follow the health policy analysis structure that's found in chapter 14 of your paper. Now, make sure to include a clearly stated thesis for your paper. Usually it's placed towards the end of your introductory or introduction section. And this really gives an idea for the reader on what you're covering. What's your argument? What is the purpose of your paper? Okay. So I do want to point out the in-text citations. You should have, they should be throughout your paper. Anything that is not of common knowledge needs to have an in-text citation. And when you're reporting any research, any rates, any previous bills that have been passed, you need to make sure to include an in-text citation. I do have a video in the assigned course projects content page that kind of gives you a clear idea of when to include an in-text citation. Now I'm going to slowly scroll through this paper. I don't want to get you dizzy. To the reference section. Again, your in-text citation and references need to follow an APA format. That is very important. All right, now let me go back to our module for week 6. You are also, other than submitting your health policy paper, you are also responsible for reading chapter 6, titled Individual Issues in Healthcare Policy and Law. And here is the video lecture for chapter 6. And last but not least is the weekly checklist for this week. Okay. Now, when I jump to the next content page, here is the PowerPoint presentation that goes along with the assigned reading for this week. And then here is the information from the chapter section. I've included information on the EMTALA requirements. And next, I don't have any videos for this week, but here is the Turnitin link submission. This is where you will be submitting your paper. And here just provides a quick overview of what's expected in your, what you're expected to include in your health policy paper. Again, I've also encouraged you all to review the structure of the health policy analysis found in Chapter 14. And this information here is also found on your syllabus. Now, other than this section regarding information on the health policy paper, I also wanted to include some criteria that you do have in your syllabus, just to remind you. The paper should be between 4 to 6 pages, and when I say 4 to 6 pages, I am looking at the actual body of the paper, so that does not include the title page, table of contents, and references. It should be a 12-point size font. The style can be New Times Roman or Arial. And again, following the APA format specifically for your in-text citations and reference list. In-text citations are a must. And do keep in mind that direct quotes, you should not have more than 20% of your paper with direct quotes. So just kind of something to keep in mind, that it really should be less than 20% of your paper should be direct quotes. All right, so let me go back to the module. Here we are. Again, here is where you will be submitting your paper. And I think that pretty much covers it. Now, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to let me know. That's what I'm here for. I look forward to reading your papers. And best of luck, everyone. All right, take care. Bye.